good. Okay, so here, this is application date. So before you ever send out a file for disclosures, make sure the application date is today, up here at the top right corner, okay? First name. Middle name is client preference. I always ask, do they want to put their middle initial, full middle name, or nothing? There's nothing that says they have to do it one way. Again, all customer preference. Put in their last name, put in a social, make sure you have the social right. Otherwise, you're going to be paying for a new appraisal that's going to cost money. So let's go 528 451234. I'm just throwing in making up a number here. And you have to have the date of birth, 03/01/2015. Month is always first. Now before I pull credit, if I've not pulled credit, I'll never put anything in home. I always just put in a cell phone number. Make sure you put marital status. Even if someone's separated, I never use separated. If they're separated and still married, I'm putting them as married. Make sure you have an email address. Make sure it's valid. Okay? That's what you need. And if you have a co-borrower, that's where this information goes right here. Okay? Then down here, this section, Social Security number verification, is always filled out. I never worry about it. Same thing here with company's information. Never worry about this information. Okay? Present address is where I live. So I'm going to put an address in there. Now I don't ever enter in city or state, I always just put in the zip code, okay? Because then it populates Lehi, Utah, and then I want to put if I own or I rent. Let's say I own and I've owned it for 10 years, okay? You always have to have a 2-year history of where they've lived. They have, on this borrower summary page, which is what we're on right now, you have 2 options. You have present address and previous address. And if they've only lived in 2 places in the last 2 years, that's perfect. If not, you need to jump over to page 1 and you scroll down just below their name, because there's their name again and the address, and then you hit the show all VOR and you can hit the plus button here, okay? And you can put borrower, co-borrower, current or prior, and that's where you'll enter in that extra information. Let's go back to borrower summary origination. So again, 2-year work history, and then you're going to order credit. You've got 3 places to order credit from. You can order credit on this borrower summary page. Hit order credit right here. You click on the order credit button. Wait for it. Okay. And then you always just do the factual data credit. Hit submit. And then make sure you've got your boxes checked. If you want to order all 3, typically it's going to be all 3. If someone orders like unchecks 1 or 2, and they only order 1 bureau, every time in the future it's only going to order 1. So you got to check that. Make sure it's new request, and then hit finish, and then it'll automatically populate. I'm going to hit cancel. Once you've pulled up credit, always hit import liabilities. Okay. And once you hit import liabilities, it'll add credit scores in, okay? Then down here below, I never worry about borrower can demonstrate. I always leave that blank. Comments, I leave blank. Now, subject property address, always be careful. Anytime I am pre-approving someone and I have a property address, I'm going to put the address up here in the comments, and then I'll put TBD here, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to trigger the disclosures having to be signed. So if I leave that there, I can do everything. I can run AUS and I'm good to go. Okay. If you're doing a refinance, you've already put their address, property address up there, and it's going to be the same address. So you just hit copy from present right there. Okay. Go ahead and kill it, and we'll go to the next one.